Thank you so much for being with us. I know it's early for you, but talk to me about Saturday night. Why is this a must-watch?
This is a must-watch because you have one guy that wants to prove to the world that he's able to jump weight classes and be up there with the likes of a Sugar Ray Leonard, like a Floyd Mayweather, like a Roy Jones, and so many others that have jumped different weight classes and tested their skills. This is a must-see because, both guys are relentless. One guy, power puncher, heavy hitter. Another guy would never quit and come straight ahead with the will to win. So when you got two guys like this in both with that killer attitude, it's going to be a great fight.
He's the most exciting because he is vulnerable, because he's not unbeatable. He's got crazy fast twitchies, he can box, but he's so aggressive and he's vulnerable enough to counters that it's actually excitement.
Floyd Mayweather and Max Kellerman recently sat down to discuss what is shaping up to be the most talked about matchup of 2026, and the debate carried a serious tone. Floyd didn't hesitate to share his perspective, making it clear that he believes Shakur Stevenson stands a level above the rest. He spoke highly of Shakur's defensive brilliance, noting how effortlessly he avoids damage while staying in complete control of the ring. Mayweather also emphasized Stevenson's sharp boxing IQ, patience, and ability to adapt mid-fight, traits that separate great fighters from elite ones. In Floyd's view, Shakur isn't just talented, he's a fully developed, complete fighter, and right now, he sees no one in that weight class who operates with the same balance of skill, discipline, and technical mastery.
You got guys fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, around that area. So, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
Well, the two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur.
Meanwhile, Max Kellerman pushed back on the hype around Shakur Stevenson by focusing on factors he believes often get overlooked. He pointed out that despite Shakur being a multiple division belt holder, he is still the naturally smaller fighter as he moves up, and that size gap matters at the top level. Kellerman also noted that Stevenson has never been known as a big puncher, arguing that his game is built more on control and technique than fight-ending power. Because of that, Kellerman said Teofimo Lopez is the more exciting fighter to watch, praising his explosive offense, chaos-driven style, and unpredictability. He added that what makes Teofimo especially thrilling is the tension that comes from knowing Shakur Stevenson has the skill to beat him, yet Lopez's ability to turn a fight in an instant keeps fans locked in every second.
That's the other guy can win, and that makes it even more exciting, to say nothing of the pace he sets, the level of action, the level of bombs that are thrown as he fights better opposition, the number that will be coming back at him. Yeah, he's guaranteed thrills for the dollar.
Co-host Stephen A. Smith also pushed back against Floyd Mayweather's pick and made it clear he sees the matchup very differently. He pointed to Teofimo Lopez's standout performance against Vasyl Lomachenko as proof that Lopez rises to the occasion on the biggest stages. Stephen A. argued that beating a fighter of Lomachenko's caliber shows not just skill, but confidence, toughness, and the ability to handle elite pressure. Based on that performance and Lopez's overall mindset, he said Teofimo Lopez would be his choice if matched up against Shakur Stevenson, believing Teofimo's aggression and willingness to take risks could be the deciding factor.
He's a champion. He's got a lot of heart. I respect where you're coming from with him because he's up there. But when I think about Lopez and what we saw against Lomachenko, we saw his boxing ability, we saw his elusivity, and we know what he's got in terms of power in both hands, and he comes forward. It ain't like he backs up. He stalks you too, and he comes to finish you. When I think about Tyson comparisons, when I think about knockout power, when I think about excitement, when I think about those things, I think about Teofimo Lopez. That would be my choice.
Max Kellerman then put the question directly to Floyd Mayweather, asking why he believes Shakur Stevenson resonates more with the audience. Kellerman wondered what it is about Shakur that creates a stronger connection with fans, especially when compared to Teofimo Lopez. He questioned whether it was Shakur's slick boxing style, his calm confidence, or the way he carries himself outside the ring that draws people in, and challenged Floyd to explain what separates Stevenson in terms of popularity and fan appeal.
Why do you think he's been able to connect with a crowd? Because he draws real crowds when he fights. That's hard to do in boxing. He gets announced at Ravens games, and then he gets a big ovation, right? And now he's already fighting on pay-per-view.
His aura, people like him. At Main Street, he got a boyish look. I mean, he's very marketable. As far as when you look at him, he's marketable, but when the bell rings, he's a killer, and that's what people...
In a recent interview with Max Kellerman, Teofimo Lopez made it clear that he feels completely prepared to step into a fight against Shakur Stevenson. He spoke confidently about the work he's put in, stressing his conditioning, power, and overall game plan. Teofimo emphasized that this isn't just another bout for him, but a moment he's been waiting for, saying he's motivated, locked in, and eager to prove himself on a big stage. According to Lopez, the stakes only fuel his hunger, and he believes this matchup is the perfect opportunity to show why he belongs at the very top of the sport.
Fighting this type of magnitude of a fight, I have everything and all the attributes to beat this guy. This is great, man. This is great for the sport. We're both going to come into our 16th fight, and this right now is...
Reflecting that same confidence, Shakur Stevenson has remained calm and composed in his pre-fight interviews, choosing focus over noise. He's made it clear that his objective isn't to chase headlines or sell hype, but to let his performance speak for itself. Stevenson has emphasized that his priority is to put on a disciplined, high-level showing, defend his belts the right way, and leave no doubt about his skill once the fight unfolds inside the ring.
Are a big lightweight compared to him, but you like to mix it up. It's not like you have the longest reach and like to box from outside. You like to fight. How do you see this as a matchup of styles?
Style-wise and everything, I know, they call them high-tech. They do all those things like that, but I'm the type of fighter that I'll bring it to you. I bring the fight to you, and, I look for the...
Molly Scott analyzed Shakur Stevenson's style in detail and offered clear advice for Teofimo Lopez. She warned that getting drawn into technical exchanges would play right into Shakur's defensive strengths, making it harder to land meaningful shots. Instead, Molly urged Teofimo to focus on imposing his own style, using aggression and pressure to dictate the pace of the fight rather than letting Stevenson control the rhythm. Her message was simple: Lopez needs to stay assertive, avoid overthinking, and make the fight about his power and presence in the ring.
Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there. He's asking, can he fight the best? I believe his contract is coming to an end, so hopefully we can come together and I can take him to that next level and give him the fights that he want, and make the fights happen.
Many boxing experts agree that a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez would be one of the most thrilling matchups fans have been waiting for years. The contrast in styles, Stevenson's slick, defensive mastery against Lopez's explosive aggression, sets the stage for a truly captivating contest inside the ring. However, despite all the anticipation and the high stakes, most agree that the promotion and build-up of the fight haven't fully captured the magnitude of what this matchup could deliver, leaving some of the excitement unrealized outside the ropes.
Good to see you. A lot of talk about this fight with Teofimo Lopez, but the main thing is, what are you expecting to see from Teofimo Lopez? Anything you haven't seen before from him?
Nah, he the truth. I understand what I'm getting myself into. I know that he's a great fighter. I believe that I'm the better fighter. So at the end of the day, come January 31st, we're going to find out.
A lot of people, when they talk about their opponents, look to disparage them. You don't want to do that. You just call them the truth. You respect him as a fighter. What do you expect about him?
At the end of the day, I'm an honest fighter. I sit down, I watch, and I see who's good and who's not. And when I watch him, I think he's a great fighter. So me being honest with you, that's all cool, but at the end of the day, once again, I will come out victorious.
Big narratives surrounding the last fight was the whole Tom and Jerry aspect of it. We're expecting to see you stand in front of Teofimo Lopez. And
I can't tell y'all how I'm going to fight. Why would I tell you? If I tell you, that means I'm telling him. So at the end of the day, it'll be a surprise for him, and just come in on fight night and I'll be ready.
Okay, who else?
This is Johnny Boy. What do you do better than Tio?
I'm the better.
With the matchup finally set and excitement reaching a fever pitch, voices from across the boxing world have shared their insights. Jaron Ennis offered his take on the highly anticipated clash between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, providing both a prediction and a breakdown of the fight. Ennis believes Stevenson holds a clear advantage, forecasting a 9-3 type edge in his favor. He credits this lead to Stevenson's mental discipline, sharp ring IQ, and masterful control of distance, which he argues will allow Shakur to dictate the pace of the fight, frustrate Lopez's attacks, and gradually neutralize his opponent's offense as the rounds progress.
Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. And right now I'm going to break down what Shakur does very well, but also what Teo needs to avoid, and why this has all the makings of being an all-time great fight. We're going to start with the southpaw jab in the lab from my perspective in full detail. Shakur has one of the best jabs in the business, in my opinion, especially from a southpaw standpoint, because what he do as fighters has this rocky, back and forth place before they about to do offense. Shakur always catches it and hits you with the beautiful jab right there. He has a great measure of distance with it. And like I said, he has good timing with it because he catch when a guy wants to attack, you're rocking, you want to be front foot heavy, and the jab get there every time. He catches guys the minute that they want to attack from their front foot, and he stops their momentum with that very quick, snappy jab from a southpaw standpoint. This is something that Teo have to avoid, that quick jab. As you can see here, when Teo was going against Ortiz, he fighting the southpaw with your lead hand down. That's a tragedy. Why is it a tragedy? Because you're closer to their lead hand, and don't forget, guys, I just told you, Shakur has a very, very good jab. So that means Teo lead hand down, going into offense against Shakur, going with his lead hand down, he's open for the jab. And we all know that's one of Shakur's best